آمن الرسول بما أنزل إليه من ربه كل آمن بالله وملائكته وكتابه ورسله.
Moving on, the introduction to Tajweed, the definition. Tajweed literally means to do something well. Technically, according to the Qurra, the experts in the field, it means to pronounce every letter from its point or place of origin, the makhraj, together with all its qualities, with all its characteristics, its sifat. The subject matter, what are we going to discuss? In Tajweed, we discuss letters of the Arabic alphabet. So from Alif to Ya, Hamza. So these are the things that we will discuss when we speak about Tajweed. The ruling, hukam. It is fard kifaya to learn all the rules of Tajweed, but it is fard ayn to recite the Quran with Tajweed. So here the importance we can see, reciting Quran correctly. This is fard ayn upon every single person, not only a hafidh or a expert. Anyone who picks up the Quran, it is his duty to learn or make an effort to learn to read the Quran correctly. Fard kifaya means that if at least one person in the community performs it, the responsibility falls away from the rest of society. But if no one performs it, the whole community will be answerable for its negligence. Fard ayn means that it is required from every individual. So as we can see here with regards to the ruling, there isn't any exception. Any individual who is reading the Quran needs to make an effort to recite it correctly. What is the benefit of learning Tajweed? By learning Tajweed, we protect ourselves from making mistakes in the recitation of the Quran. If we know the things that we must stay away from, we can avoid it. However, if we don't know things which we must avoid and stay away from, we're going to fall into these errors. So mistakes or errors made in the recitation of the Quran of two types. Lahan jali, a clear error. Lahan khafi, a hidden error. Lahan in Arabic means error. Jali means clear and khafi means hidden. It is called lahan jali, a clear error, because it is clear to everyone listening that an error has been made in the recitation. It is haram, prohibited to recite the Quran with lahan jali, on the condition that the Qari, the reciter, is aware that he is making lahan jali and that he is making no effort to correct his recitation. And the reason why it is haram to make these mistakes, because there are greater chances that when a person makes these types of mistakes, a clear or a major mistake, there's greater chances that he's changing the meaning of the Quran, of the ayat. And if he's reading Salah, there are greater chances that he might even invalidate his Salah. So there are basically 4 ways in which lahan jali can take place. Number 1, you add a letter, the example given, Alhamdulillah. So elongating or lengthening the words or the sounds. So you're adding a letter by putting a waw in Alhamdulillah, you're elongating. So that is a major mistake. Number 2, omitting a letter, the example given, Lam yalid wa lam yulad. So as we know, it's lam yalid wa lam yulad, but now you're omitting a letter, in this case the waw in lam yulad, you're omitting, you're taking the waw away and you're reading walam yulad. This is a major mistake, and it is haram to make mistakes like this. Changing a letter, example given, alhamdu lillah. So instead of the ha in alhamdu, you change it to a ha, alhamdulillah. This is a major mistake. Number 4, changing a vowel, a haraka. Example, alhamdulillah. As we know, it is alhamdulillah. So changing vowels, changing the harakat, this is a major mistake. And like we said, the chances are greater that you're changing the meaning when you make the lahan jali. That's why it is haram to recite in this particular manner, on condition the person, he doesn't know and he's not making an effort to rectify that his recitation. Carrying on, lahan khafi is made when the qari, he falters in the temporary characteristics, the sifat arida, which we'll get to later in the book. So he falters in the temporary characteristics of the letters, example ikhfa, mad, etc. It is called lahan khafi, a hidden error, because the error is hidden or obscure to most people listening to the recitation, and only after studying tajweed will these errors be recognized by them. So sometimes when you study a little bit in tajweed, you can be able to pick out these subtleties, and only after studying a little bit you'll be able to pick out these mistakes. So it is hidden. So it is makruh and disliked to recite the Quran with lahan khafi, provided that the qari is aware that he is making lahan khafi and that he is making no effort to rectify his recitation. So in this case, it is not haram, it is makruh, it is disliked to read like this, because if he's leaving out a mad or ikhfa, like the examples given, then there's chances that he's not changing the meaning, but it's makruh, provided that he is aware that he's making those mistakes, but he's not making any effort to rectify them. In both examples, if a person is making an effort to rectify these major mistakes, or even these light mistakes, hidden mistakes, then the ruling of haram and makruh won't apply to this person.
وَإِذْ قَالَ إِبْرَاهِيمُ